Hello, YouTube. So I had a wonderful time this morning talking with a gentleman named Ashley Mortimer. Now, for those of you who don't know who Ashley Mortimer is, he is a very busy individual, so I was very appreciative that he sat down and talked with me. He is the director of the Center for Pagan Studies in the United Kingdom. He is also the trustee of the Dorian Valiente Foundation, and he is also involved in interfaith work. So I wanted to find out more about interfaith work, and so I reached out to some people who I know who do interfaith, and Ashley Mortimer was one of the people who I was referred to. He and I talked this morning, and he is a delightful person, and I am very, very pleased that he took his time out. And he was very patient with me because my computer crashed and my audio was, it was crazy. But anyhow, we lived, there was no bloodshed, so it was okay. But we had a chance to talk about a lot of different things. So I am hoping that this interview series is going to branch off and become a larger thing. So I hope you tune in. And I hope you enjoy this first part, which is about interfaith in the UK. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Ashley Mortimer. I'm from the Center for Pagan Studies, and I'm a trustee of the Dorian Valiente Foundation, and a member and spokesman for a number of other pagan organizations.
Okay. So thank you so much for doing this, Ashley. I really appreciate it, and I apologize for all the audio confusion, but hopefully this one will be the one.
Yeah, this is the rehearsal, this one, isn't it? Yeah.
This would be rehearsal number 2. Let's hope it's okay. So what is interfaith?
Interfaith is a dialogue between people of different faiths, where you can talk about your own faith and listen to somebody talking about theirs, and maybe explore where you've got some common ground, and maybe explore some of your differences as well, and hopefully come away with a positive outtake on the event.
What is your background, and what led you into interfaith?
That's easy to answer. Mike Steigel, the president of the Pagan Federation in the UK, he told me to do it.
He just told you to do it, you said, oh, all right, I'll do it.
Pretty much. Mike takes the credit for that because he invited me to take part in an interfaith event. And I said, I never really thought about interfaith. It's, what do I need to know? And he said, you don't need to know anything. You're really good at describing your own faith and your own journey, and people relate to you, and that's just what an interfaith dialogue needs from people of faith. So, I was invited to a weekend of, which ostensibly was going to be a discussion between Christians and Druids, and it was Mike who kind of expanded the pagan end of things, and some of the Christians expanded theirs. And we ended up having a very, very interesting weekend conference, which ended with a joint ritual with the pagans and the Christians, celebrating on a Sunday morning the sun rising. And we found, or I found, maybe to my surprise, that this was a place, a space, if you like, an environment where we could both share some of the sacredness of the space. And while we were expressing and celebrating our own faiths, we were doing it together. And I found that really exciting. I understand that that's maybe not what everybody of faith, whether it be pagan, Christian, Wiccan, evangelical, whatever, perhaps wants. Perhaps that's not suitable for everybody. But it really excited me, and I thought, this is something I want to do some more of. So I've got myself involved in a few other interfaith type things. I'm in the local Interfaith Council. I'm one of the pagan representatives, and I'm also joined our local SACRA, which is the Standing Advisory Council for Religious Education. So these are the people who advise the government on what should go into the religious education curriculum when we teach our children in schools about faith.
The interfaith, do you meet like once a month, or is it like a recurring thing?
Well, locally, the Interfaith Council is made up of members of the different faith communities, and we do meet once a month. Mm-hmm. But there are interfaith events going on all the time. I mean, to designate an event as interfaith, it kind of ruins the effect a little bit. I mean, the point is that people are people, humans are humans, and those of us with different faiths, we don't need an interfaith event to feel as though we're comfortable with discussing our faith or discussing somebody else's. But when you put people in the environment where you're kind of told this is interfaith, then there are, if not rules, there's a certain etiquette to it, and it's appreciated that the way that one approaches it, there's a certain way of doing so. You can't be judgmental, you can't be evangelical. You're not there to recruit somebody to your side. Mm-hmm. And I know that it's been very interesting that dialogue between Christians and pagans has been that way. I mean, certainly in the craft, there is no impetus to recruit or to evangelize about our religion, and whereas in certain branches of Christianity there is. The Bible tells people they should go out and preach to people, and so we have to kind of overcome that. And I was again impressed by my friends in the Christian community who were at this event, who were able to, to sort of set that to one side and say, look, don't think that we're here to convert you guys, and we kind of put aside our skepticism, and I think that in itself was made the event worthwhile. Just the fact that we demonstrated we could do that.
When you go to one of these interfaith meetings, how many religions are represented?
Well, I mean, maybe the meeting I was describing, the Interfaith Council meeting locally, is held once a month with one or two representatives of each of the faiths, and we get together to see if we can put on other events and other activities and press releases and that sort of thing throughout the year. Whereas at the weekend event I was describing was a special one-off weekend conference. So the different kinds of events are there. I mean, I know that the Pagan Pride Festival in Nottingham, which is the biggest pagan free festival in the UK, Pagan Pride's made a great effort to reach out to the other faith communities in the area, and we've laid on some of the talks and speakers have been around the idea of interfaith. We've had Christian ministers and people who have crossed over from other faiths into paganism, and people who are still firm in their own faith. A friend of mine called Jay Lakhani from the Hindu Academy was one of the speakers, and one of the most popular speakers, I might say, a couple of years ago. So this idea of interfaith being sort of something that you do in a kind of closed, this is an interfaith event, it starts now, we're now doing interfaith, now we stop doing interfaith. It doesn't really work like that. It's like faith itself, it's like our religion itself, it pervades your life. Mm-hmm. It's a path to follow, and it's an attitude and an outlook. And hopefully, those of us who engage in this and who are excited by it, like myself, then our enthusiasm will spread out, and we'll be able to go back to our own faith communities and maybe spread a bit more of a message of understanding of others. Because, sometimes the faith communities aren't very good at understanding each other, and some of the faiths perhaps have a harder time than others of, they get the rough end of the stick when it comes to the way society views them. I mean, the point, in case in point at the moment, is the way the Muslim community is being treated and viewed from outside. And, it is ludicrous. Human beings are human beings. There are 99.99999% of Muslims are almost certainly decent, reasonable, respectable, honest, funny, warm, loving human beings. And it's ridiculous to tar a whole group of people with one brush simply because they have one particular belief that happens to be different to yours, or several different beliefs. Mm-hmm. So, that would be a case in point where the point of interfaith is to give people an outlook that makes them more rounded and reasonable and helps them to come to a conclusion that means we stop hitting each other. Because human beings have been here, 4 billion years? No, not quite that. The planet's 4 billion years old. Human beings have been around a fraction of that. And we're still basically hitting each other with sticks, aren't
we? We just got bigger sticks now, more dangerous ones.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. If somebody in the UK was interested in getting involved in interfaith, how would they go about doing that?
Well, the best answer is to contact the people within their own faith. A minister if you're a Christian, or an imam if you're a Muslim, or in the pagan community. Just bring the subject up at your local pagan moot and say, hey, who's doing interfaith for the pagans? Who's representing us? Who's got the pagan voice on it? And somebody will point to them. And in our case, locally around here, then someone's going to go, oh God, it's Ashley again. Talk to Ashley again. So, that the answer is talk to other people and talk to other people about it. And you're always very welcome to email me at the Centre for Pagan Studies, and I'll try to help put you in touch with somebody who can hook you up with an opportunity to explore this subject.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. So let's go ahead and stop here.
Okay.
So, again, I would like to thank Ashley for sitting down and talking with me, and for being so gracious and such a humble person. I really appreciate the fact that he was so patient with me, and I was quite nervous. I always get nervous when I'm in front of a camera, and he made me feel very at ease. So thank you very much, Ashley, and for all of you, blessed be.